So here we are on Chapel Street, and we've got this modern looking bridge now, but right here you can see the width of the old bridge that used to stand here, which would have carried all the multiple tracks over here and into the site that way towards all the platforms in the station. But it would have been at that height up there, and like I said, they've now levelled this down to the ground level for the new car park for the entertainment complex. You know, all the tracks would have come in this way, and if we just look on this side of the street, you can see the original retaining wall, again built in the old blue engineering brick right there. And it runs all the way down this street here, and I've got a quirky little arch there, which probably is nothing more than strengthening for that bend there, or it could have been an old passageway of some sort, but you can see how high that wall is. And you can still see the embankment up there, which is now the main road through the car parks, or it was, because it's just been recently blocked off. So we're making our way up the other side of the embankment. I'm going to get up the top here and show you some before and after pictures taken from this embankment, showing the signal box, some gantries, and also towards Blackpool Central. So this is on top of the embankment. This is all the former track bed coming in from the lines. And like I said today, it's mainly used as car parking. If you've been to Blackpool, you'll definitely recognise all this. So as you drive down Yeadon Way into Blackpool, that was the original track bed. And then when you get down the car parks, all them car parks were sidings on the tracks heading into Blackpool. And this is that railway embankment wall there from the other side. So we're now up on the embankment. And like I said, that wall would have continued across the road there. But today, the bridge is only this small part here, but it would have been the full width of this, of all the tracks heading in. So if we look at this before and after picture here, when I zoom in, you're going to see a large signal gantry across all the tracks here. And just beyond that, a signal box, which was quite a large one actually, because of all the separate platforms ahead. You can see those houses on the left still remain today. And you can also see on the far right hand side the old big wheel at the Winter Gardens. So we know that this was taken before the 1920s when the wheel was demolished. And then this photograph taken again right here, but slightly higher than where we're at today, because this has been dropped down probably 5 or 8 feet higher. And again looking towards the tower and the station, and you can see that signal box just a bit closer in the middle there. But this was taken after it was demolished, and all the lines, as you can see, have been ripped up. So this must have been in the 1970s. So this is now as far as we can go today. Like I said, the road is now blocked off, which would have been the former bridge and track bed because of the new development. Again, I'm going to show you a photo fade taken from right here, and you can see that signal box much closer, which would have been right in the centre of that bridge, and also how big it is. So we've reached our second bridge on the lines as we're heading out of Blackpool, and this is Princess Street down here. And as you can see, again, a modern construction, all concrete, bricks. It's rather nice actually, but not the original bridge. But you can see the road, or Yeadon Way, just there on this side of the bridge. But as you can see, it would have been the full width of this originally, and all the lines would have been right across this whole embankment here. But today, just a small section of it survives right there. So I've just made it a bit further down just to show you underneath, but you can see, like I said, it's all modern now. But we just found this little plaque down here. There you go, Princess Street Bridge, built in 1902, reconstructed 2016. So there you go, that's this new bridge here. But you can see just there the original railway bricks there for the retaining wall that used to hold back this embankment here, or it still does today. And then just up there you can see what remains of a piece of girder, which probably would have been to do with the old bridge. Yeah, all modern today, so not much to see here, but I suppose it still exists. We're now at Rigby Road, as you may recognise from another video that I did just down there at Tramtown, where we took you around the tram depot, the heritage tram sheds over there. This is Rigby Road here. And as you can see today, it ducks down underneath a bridge, as it would have done for the railways, Although this bridge is slightly higher than the original one. You can see the original level just down there, and the same on this side here. But this bridge is raised. I think it's to let HGVs through here and buses. But anyway, this is a new bridge, not the original. Again, like the one further down there. But this would have been probably 5 or 6 tracks wide here, all heading through towards Central, and then onwards up here towards Bloomfield Road, where all the sidings were here, and all the heavy industry that was up this way here. And then just over here where these brand new houses are now, there used to be a massive engine shed right there, and the lines used to come in this way into the engine shed. So let's carry on and push on a bit further up to the next bridge up there. So I'm just stood on Bloomfield Road, as you might know, hence the football stadium over there. But right here, you would have had the lines crossing left to right in front of me. This would have been a raised bridge here. Obviously it's now been leveled back down to roughly where the track level would have been. But all these car parks to my left and right, as you know, were all the sidings and the railway lines. So you can see it's just slightly down on level there, all the way through. And from Central Station that way, which we've just come from, but then onwards up to our next stop, just up there. So there's not much to see between here and there. Like I say, it is now all car parks. But our next stop's going to be the Waterloo Road Station up there. So here we are at the former site of the Waterloo Road Station. So you've got Waterloo Road on that bridge there. So the original station building was in the middle here, because the main Kirkham line ran out that side, and the building or the platforms served that line only. And then on this side you had this split, or the junction just behind here, where today's present, or what I would call the Lytham line, which is actually, it does go to Preston, heads off, and it's still there today, but it now terminates here. But it used to head through and out that way. But this station was mainly for this side. But today they've basically merged them together. They've got rid of the other station further up, which we're going to check out shortly, and they moved it away from there, and it became Blackpool South Station, as it is today, which is right there. And like I said, today it is a terminus now. It doesn't go any further into Blackpool, so this is where it ends, and then it heads on up to Lytham, St Anne's, and beyond to Preston. You can see there, their buffers on the end, but it would have continued straight out here, underneath this bridge, and on to Blackpool Central. So today it's known as the South Fylde Line. I'll just show you on this map. So here we are at Blackpool South. You've got the Pleasure Beach, Squires Gate, St Anne's, Lytham, Kirkham, Salwick and Preston. So I'm just going to head down here and show you the old railway bridge, which now carries Yeadon Way underneath it and all the car parks beyond it. And then we're going to push on and have a look at some platform remains up here, and then onwards to Lytham Road Station just up there. So here we are. It's what everybody knows as Yeadon Way, or the main entrance into Blackpool. A lot of you will recognise this coming in to the main car parks and towards the tower that way. But as you can see here, we've got the original railway arches, or the railway bridge, which would have spanned many tracks under here as well. Let's just take a closer look at this bridge. So this obviously carries the roadway today, but it is intact, which is nice to see. And we've got a lovely footpath heading through this arch here. You can clearly see, so there, beyond this wall here, would have been the original Waterloo Road Station in these trees. And the lines would have continued out this way and along Yeadon Way, which we will continue and have a look at later on. You can see the original engineering brick as used on this line the whole way through, especially that grey colour. And this is the other side of that bridge, so you've got all the car parks heading in to Blackpool now. And then just behind me is Waterloo Road. So like I said before, the original lines would have also headed through this section here as well and towards me, because all this behind was a massive goods yard and sidings all the way across. But it's all filled in today, all piled up there against the bridge, and you've only got the bottom section which carries Yeadon Way under it today. But anyway, I'm going to head up this bridge and then get you some before and after pictures of Waterloo Road Station, and also the original or the former Blackpool South Station that was demolished back in the day. Just at the top of the stairs, you can actually see the infill here. You can see the old concrete beam there, as we saw on the other side, that would have carried the railway line under here, straight through to Lytham St Anne's. But as we know today, it terminates on the other side and headed through here. It's all infilled now. So you just saw the photo fade that I took from the bridge up there, and you may have noticed the signal box in that picture. And I've just made my way back down because I'm stood right where that signal box would have been, right here. Again, it's hard to imagine today when you look at that picture and you just see the car parks. So join us for the next part where we're going to continue up towards what is now known as Yeadon Way and the M55. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye.